Hey everyone, welcome to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 10th of August, 2025, and in this video, we're talking two different topics. The state of Florida has removed all sales tax, not just the purchases over $500 for bullion, but all purchases of bullion. Isn't that amazing? And I checked it out this morning, and they're not lying. Now, we're also going to talk about the Stacey Park Milbern quarter. That's the second to the last of the whole series, number 19 of 20. Can you believe it? It's almost over. I tell you, that I sure liked it. And I hope that the United States Mint does more of these shorter programs. I mean, let's face it, it's easy to collect. You don't need to spend a whole lot of money. And you get some pretty wild coins out of that. They're amazing. They're really beautiful. Now, if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe. Trying to reach a bazillion subs. And make sure you hit that like button. Sure helps the algorithm. Now, let's get over here to money metals. I can show you where the spot prices ended the week. So gold now stands at 34.10.75, silver at 38.54, platinum at 13.48.60, palladium at 11.52.70, and Dr. Copper ended the week at 4.48 per pound. Down here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.59 for a quantity 1 through 39. They'll have you paying $45.13. Now, the buyback, well, last couple of days, we saw it wasn't even $1.20, typically what you'd see. But look at this. The sell to them price is now $39.74. And look at that. Yeah, that's $1.20 over now. So we're back to normalcy over there at moneymetals.com, or at least what we typically see anyway. Yep, that's cool. Now over here to that Coin News article, coinnews.net article. This is by coinnews.net. Not sure exactly who did it. Maybe the whole office put it on this one. It says Florida expands bullion and coin tax exemption by ending $500 minimum. And that's actually outstanding. It really is. That's a really good thing because, you buy less than $500 worth, throughout the year and you get nickel and dime. Next thing you know, all that sales tax could have bought you an extra silver round or two. So that's important. Now it says here, as of August 1st, today's the 10th, 2025, Florida no longer requires a $500 minimum for sales tax exemption on the purchase of gold, silver, and platinum bullion. Wait a minute, where's palladium on there? Yeah, it's not on there. It doesn't count. The change broadens access to tax-free investing for collectors, small-scale buyers, and independent dealers across the state. And if you think about it, it really affected the small-scale buyers and kind of favored the larger purchases, right, of $500. So gold, clearly, yeah, $500 minimum. Yeah, that one, it basically avoided it each and every single time, especially if you purchase an ounce of gold. That's pretty good for the little guy right there, I think. Now, previously, Florida law exempted bullion purchases from sales tax only if the transaction exceeded $500. Smaller purchases, such as a single bullion coin, silver round, or fractional gold bar, were still subject to taxes. The new law removes that $500 threshold entirely, allowing buyers to make smaller purchases of bullion and qualifying coins without being penalized by sales tax. I like how they put that penalized. Oh, man. I just got penalized by paying taxes. The revised exemption applies to any qualifying sale made on or after August 1st, 2025, even if the agreement was reached beforehand. The change represents a significant shift for those who invest incrementally or make recurring purchases. I love this. This is like, I want to do the McDonald's theme. I'm doing it in my head right now. But, the one. The measure was enacted through House Bill 7031, which passed with bipartisan support and was signed into law by Governor Ron DeSantis on June 30. The bill updates the state's tax code to modernize exemptions and eliminate provisions that favored high-dollar transactions. Now, Florida now joins several other states offering full sales tax relief on precious metals purchases, regardless of amount. And I got to tell you, he's also working on, and would be really wild for the real estate market in Florida, if Ron DeSantis got rid of property taxes. What? Yeah, he's working on that right now, and I hope it happens because you know what? That would be great for homeowners. That really means you own your home and you don't have to pay rent, as some would say, to the local government. That's amazing. Now, one key detail for buyers, palladium bullion is not included in the updated exemption. All palladium purchases remain subject to state sales tax unless they qualify under a separate statutory exemption, such as being part of an official U.S. legal tender issue coin. That's right, from the United States Mint. Buyers are advised to review product details and state definitions to determine whether a specific palladium item qualifies. That's amazing, isn't it? It's also worth noting that not every item qualifies for the expanded exemption. Coins that fall outside the state's definition of bullion under Florida Administrative Code rule may still be taxable, such as world and ancient coins. And I got to tell you, folks, that's why I always showcase this bad boy. Yeah, it's legal tender. And that's what's amazing. Now, with the removal of $500 threshold, Florida has expanded access to the bullion and numismatic markets, providing more equitable tax treatment for new investors, seasoned buyers, and small businesses alike. I'm digging this. That's fantastic. Way to go, Florida. That's amazing. And I like the idea of the property tax, getting rid of that one too. Now that would be amazing. Now let's go here to bingo. This is the United States Mint page for the American Women Quarters 2025 rolls and bags featuring Stacey Park Milbern. Basically, I've already been charged, and I got the 3-roll set coming, and like I always do, I don't know why it's there. We go. This is the 3-roll set. Comes with a Philadelphia, a Denver, and a San Francisco roll. And really, it's all about the San Francisco roll for me because, well, you don't really find San Francisco quarters in general circulation whatsoever, unless somebody broke one of those rolls open and then started distributing them locally. You're probably not going to see these. Product limit is 18,625, and I do hope the United States Mint keeps this high number, this high product limit, for next year's quarter featuring the semi-quincentennial. And what's interesting is next year for the semi-quincentennial, we're actually going to have the 21st American Women Quarter, even though it's not official, but the law states that we are to have a woman be the first, I believe, represented coin on the semi-quincentennial celebration. That'll be kind of wild. I don't know who it is yet, but I can't wait. And, because it's August 10, 2025, well, guess what? Yeah, 2026 is right around the corner. Less than 6 months away now. We're looking at 4 or 5 months, and that's it. And before that, I would imagine we would have the details and the design for these upcoming coin programs. It's going to be remarkable, folks. And when will the United States Mint, this begs the question, when will the United States Mint come out with their 2026 product schedule? And I would think probably in November, in about 3 more months from now, they're going to have that for us. And I just got chicken skin thinking about how awesome that's going to be. And if you didn't, you might want to check your pulse to see if you're there. Now, let's keep on keeping on. Can't wait for that quarter to come out. It says here, this is coinnews.net. This is by Mike Unser, dated August 8th. That was 2 days ago, 2025. Title of this article at coinnews.net is Circulation. That's right, Circulation. 2025 Stacey Park Milbern quarter begins August 11th. Now, the coin actually drops on, I believe, August 12th. So this is actually what they're talking about here in this article is when you'll be able to find it in the bank, right? In bank wrap rolls. Now, it says on Monday, August 11th, that's mañana, folks, the United States Mint will begin shipping 2025 Stacey Park Milbern quarters to the Federal Reserve banks and their coin terminals for distribution into circulation. There it is. This coin marks the 4th of 5 unique quarter designs for 2025 and the 19th overall in the U.S. Mint's American Women Quarter program. It's over, folks. I mean, we have one more, and that's Althea Gibson, and that's it. That's all she wrote. All she wrote. Wow, I didn't know I did that. Stacey Park Milbern, born 1987 and passed away, regrettably, in 2020, was a disability rights advocate. And I got to tell you, I think each and every single one of us should thank this person for disability rights activism, because all of us eventually, I would imagine, most of us, if not all of us, may end up, in a chair, not maybe like this, but maybe in a walker. And that activism that she has done gives us all access, right? I mean, you're looking at curbs that have ramps, buildings that have stairs, they have ramps. I mean, it's one of those things that really helps things. I guess it's all about accessibility. I mean, think about that. If you're rolling in some wheels, you're not getting upstairs. There's no doubt about it. So that's a really great thing, actually. It says here, she helped shape the disability justice movement. And even in 1992, I want to think, is the Americans with Disability Act signed by George Bush Sr. also helped things out a lot. Now it says here, she was born with congenital, meaning she had it she was in there in the womb with muscular dystrophy. All right. She began advocating as a teen and went on to promote intersectional approaches to activism. Her work centered on marginalized communities, mutual aid, and accessible crisis response. Milbern died on her 33rd birthday, leaving a lasting legacy in the movement. Now it says here, this is Kristen McNally said this, as a pioneer for disability justice, she empowered and revitalized others. Noted Christy McNally, U.S. Mint's acting director, we hope this design reflects her youth, purpose, and compassion. And that's amazing. You have compassion for others. Yeah, you might be suffering from the same thing others are, but you know what? Who's going to speak out for those folks, right? That's important. The reverse shows Milbern. And you know what? It might be her body is a prison, but her brain, right? Her brain, that's all about. It's all about the brain right there. Yeah. The reverse shows Milbern speaking to an audience, one hand near her trach and the other her held palm up, a gesture of open dialogue and allyship. Inscriptions read, United States of America, e pluribus unum, $2 disability justice, and Stacey Park Milbern. Designed by artist Infusion Program member Alana Hagler and sculpted by metallic artist Craig A. Campbell, it aims to capture both her fierceness and gentleness. That's like all of us, right? We have a little bit of fierceness and a little bit of gentleness. I think that's a nice balance in the world. The obverse carries the common American woman quarters portrait of George Washington, sculpted by Lord Gordon Fraser in 1931. And she was actually the one that won the competition, but they decided to go with the one, well, that wasn't this, right? To mark the Washington's 200th birthday. It was going to be commemorative for 1932. That's amazing. The quarter's got a great story to it. Circulating quality Milbern quarters will be offered to the public beginning Tuesday, August 12 at catalogusmith.gov in 3 options: 2-roll set for $42, 3-roll set for $63, and a 100-coin bag for $47.25. The 3-roll set includes a San Francisco mint roll, which is rarer because, unlike the Philadelphia and Denver, these coins are not released into general circulation unless somebody busts open a roll, like I said, and distributes them into the local commerce. At the start of the 4-year 20-coin series in 2022, and guess what? Yeah, you can't find any 2022 items at the U.S. Mint, not the silver-proof set, not the American Women Quarter silver-proof set, nor can you find the uncirculated set. But you can go back the previous year. They're all there. So that first year of the American Women Quarter program was definitely the one to own in my book. The trailblazers honored were Maya Angelou, Dr. Sally Ride, Wilma Mankiller, Nina Otero Warren, Anna Mae Wong. Quarters released in 2023 extended the celebration of the accomplishments and contributions made by American women, honoring Bessie Coleman, Edith Kanaka Ole, Eleanor Roosevelt, Jovite Dar, Maria Tallchief. The 2024 quarters pay tribute to Reverend Dr. Polly Murray, Patsy Takamoto Mink, Dr. Mary Edwards Walker, Celia Cruz, and Zitkala Shah. In addition to Dr. Vera Rubin, quarters for 2025 celebrate Ida B. Wells, Juliette Gordon-Low, Stacey Park Milbern, and Althea Gibson. That's the end of the program, folks. It's so super short. It's like a motivated college kid finishing their degree in 4 years, or a high school career right there, 4 years. But that's not the whole story, folks, because we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you the mintages for the American Women Quarters. And this is just wild. I don't understand this, but the United States Mint has not updated the American Women Quarters for their circulating coin production, well, for over a month now. If we look at the circulating coins here, from 2025, go ahead and hit submit. You're looking at 1.62 or 1.642 and 1.681 for Philly. So Denver and Philly for a grand total of 3.3 billion coins with a B. A bazillion? No, a billion. And check this out. I've got here some evidence to be used against them. Not really. It just sounds funny. But look, this is from 3 weeks ago. And yeah, wow, it's gonzo. Not even looking at that right now because there's no updated information. So I expect any day now, I hope, that Mint would actually update their data for their circulating coins as well as the American Women Quarters. Because I'll tell you what, if the mintage stands for the American Women Quarters, particularly the Vera Rubin Quarter at 55 million from Philly, 63 million from Denver, that's going to be obviously the lowest mintages of the program. I mean, through and through. However, seeing how we haven't seen any data for the 2.4 million or 2.2 million Stacey Park Milbern quarters coming in at 4.6 million. And these numbers, folks, if you look at the numbers for the, the 3-roll set, the 100-coin bag from Denver, 100-coin bag from Philly, and the 2-roll set from Philly and Denver, you've got here 4.6 million or 2.4 from each, 2.2, basically. I mean, that would be even lower, clearly, by the power of almost, I don't even know. My brain isn't even working right now, but that would be the lowest mintage ever and way lower than the Dr. Vera Rubin quarters. And obviously the Althea Gibson, well, there's going to be some Denver. And really, if we think about it, remember on July 17th, the uncirculated coin set had come out? Yeah, were the numbers there? Because there was 190,000 of those produced, and we don't have those numbers in here at all. Makes you wonder what the heck the United States Mint's doing over there. Who's running that place over there? Don't you think this would be important to share the knowledge? I would hope so. And there it is. That's the last and final quarter coming out from the United States Mint, and that is Althea Gibson. And I really actually dig the ornament on this one. They did a good job with that particular coin design. Really dig it. Right there at the net. And when you're at the net, it's over. Game over, right? You've won or you've lost, but you're being a good You have good spirits, and you're a good sports person right there. Trailblazing, champion, United States of America, $quarter e pluribus unum. There it is. That's amazing, and I can't wait for next year's coinage. Like I said, if we see that 2026 product schedule come out here in the next 3 months, I'd be pretty stoked to share it with you, because it is going to be an awesome year over at the United States Mint next year. It's going to make all others pale in comparison. Yeah, we're still in the great American coin renaissance, folks, and it started in 1999, and it keeps on keeping on. Now over here to the plus ones. Got some good ones for you today. This is Proverb 12, number 25, and I do say this all the time because, yeah, there's a lot to worry about out there. And remember, it's better to have 10 worries than one worry. That's just the way it is. That's the way it goes. Now it says here, when there's worry in a man's heart, he should suppress it. Let a good thing convert it to gladness. A person who trusts in the Lord, this is what I think. A person who trusts in the Lord should not worry about things that are not in his power to change. Rather, they should dwell on good things that will make them feel good and happy. And I always say, if you got a problem and you can't do anything about it, how's that a problem? Just let it ride, right? But if you got a problem and you can do something about it, how is that a problem? So either way, no problem. It really is. That's huge. And it's hard sometimes, right? You're like, Stacker, dude, I'd like to not worry, but yeah, it is work to try and get those worries out of your head. And so what you ought to do, right? So check this out. This is what I do. I think of fun things like that I want to do in the future. Or I think about, well, going on vacation, right? Or I think about spending time with family. That is awesome, right? Or maybe what new designs you're going to do to your house, or, maybe some accents you're going to put on your vehicle, maybe a new shift knob. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many things out there. But you know what? I think one of the most amazing things to do, and you'll be happy because you're looking for happy things, is to find 100 things per day to be happy about. And you'd be thanking God for each one of those ones you found. Like, hey, thank God I'm alive. I woke up today. Hey, thank God I'm married to the most wonderful woman in the world. Or thank God I have a roof over my head. Things of that. I have food in the fridge. There's so many things to be grateful for. Now, over here to 3 Nines Fine, 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. Whoa, whoa. There it is. This is the real Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry. Be happy. Look at him. He's happy. Why worry? Now, with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub to the channel. It's free. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Stacker out.